Hello again. It's been 8 months since I did that last entry, the very first entry as a junior developer. This is ADD journal number 2. I was going to say as a junior developer, but heads up, I got a promotion. I'm no longer a junior developer. I am a application developer 1 at my current company. There's a couple reasons why it took me so long to do this video. For one, I'm on a new project which requires a lot more of my attention. So I've actually been voluntarily working afternoons and weekends and stuff like that. Plus, I got a whole ton of projects at home and stuff. So yeah. Two, I think the biggest reason why it took me so long to do this video was I didn't want to get just like a month's worth of experience and then tell you guys that, oh, this is the answer, or, oh, this is terrible, you should, I don't know, find holistic medicine or something. I wanted to get full context, at least the most context I can, to update my experience now being on Adderall medication for I think like 7+ months now. I mean, I'm gonna give you the long story short in the beginning, and then hopefully I can go into the 3 points I noticed. But there were 3 things I wanted to work on, right? I wanted to be able to pay attention in meetings. I was terrible at it. Still kind of am, but I'll talk about that. 2, my motivation. I wanted to increase my motivation because I had none, or at least very little motivation to do anything. Yeah, and 3, I really wanted to improve my concentration because that's my concentration on my work is my work. It's going to help me develop my own learning process and learn all this new tech that's going to get me these amazing new jobs and things like that. So I'm here to say Adderall has absolutely worked 100%, has a huge effect on how my brain works now, entirely different. I don't want to attribute everything to Adderall. That is very important, right? There's a lot of things that I have done as an individual to, I guess, adjust to the medication, also direct myself to fix these things, right, that I wanted to fix. Adderall is a tremendous help, but I think at the end of the day, we need to understand that it is still an effort. It's not a magic pill. You still have to put in the work to get where you want to be. And luckily, I have been getting there. It took a little time, but I have been getting there. So for one, I want to say that I'm on 10 milligrams of dextro something, whatever medication is called dextro. It's a generic form of Adderall. And that's what I've basically been on this entire time. My psychiatrist has given me the opportunity to increase my dosage, but honestly, I don't feel the need to at this time. And also, I really don't take it every single day. I think the most I've ever taken it in a week was 3 times. I'm not even joking. That's my average. It's 2 or 3 times a week. But I did notice though, this is crazy, or there's a longer time frame where I don't take it. I am reminded why I am on Adderall. I start reverting back to how I was, and and I'm getting in there. I'm in a funk, and I'm like, oh God, oh wait, oh this is familiar, oh no, and then I'll take one the next day, and then I'll be fine. So it's I said it wasn't a magic pill, and I don't want to make it seem out to be, but I still kind of want to be careful. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is meetings, right? Did that get improved on? Yeah, to an extent. I'm going to say that this is the only one that I'm like, but the others are fantastic. So spoiler alert. But this first point on meetings, 100%, I have been able to pay attention more on meetings. When it gets to the point again where 2 developers are bickering at each other on what feature to do, and they're going back and forth, and that's when I start tuning out. Since I'm on medication and I know my medication works, when I start tuning out, I'm like, oh, this is not because I have ADD. It's because I'm really fucking bored with this conversation. So I'm like, I don't want to pay attention to this. I'd rather be coding. I'd much rather be programming. I got to know myself a lot as a programmer within these 8 months. So that's good. But yeah, meetings are still a little wishy-washy. However, they have improved. Okay, so that's that. That's something I just want to warn you. Meetings are boring. Meetings are really boring. And there's probably nothing that's going to fix that. But meetings are something I kind of only half attribute to Adderall. Another part of that is me being on a new project and I have a ton more responsibilities and I'm actually relied upon. So that's a huge that's a huge thing. If you yourself are relied upon on certain things, on knowing certain things, that's what connects my brain. It's like, okay, hey, you need to pay attention to this. You need to know this so you can communicate that with the team when you start working on it, right? And communicate what you find and blah, blah, blah. So maybe in the last project, maybe I wasn't, of course I was a junior developer. I wouldn't have taken many responsibilities, but the change to being thrown into a project, with all these other senior developers and everyone who knows what they're doing, to a smaller team and with more responsibilities has raised my ability to pay attention. Okay, now the worst one's out of the way. All right. So now we're going to go into number 2. Number 2 was motivation. My motivation has never been better. That's it. There's no more to need to say with that. Like, my motivation to learn programming and realize that I really like programming and I really like this industry. I'm super passionate and excited for what I can do in this industry and what jobs I can get and stuff like that. My motivation has never been so it's just been through the roof. I'm very excited to report that, at least. And part of working remotely, right, is we're around all this comfort and we're just not motivated to sit down and work when we can, watch TV, or we can scroll on our phone, or we can play video games. I got my PS5 right here. I got my PC right here. Just going back to working on yourself, right? You can be excited for a video game coming out, of course. Or you can do both. Also be excited about learning something new, a certain technology that came out. Maybe you're going through a demo and it's really fun, there's some shit you got to work out. My motivation has in that aspect, in that department, has been amazing, and it has allowed me to program for hours and hours and hours. So I Adderall 100%. The third thing was concentration. Now, motivation was the start, is what gets you sitting there, is what gets you excited, right? What gives you that stamina to keep going. Concentration, however, is what keeps you grounded. It's what keeps you sitting down and able to do the smaller tasks, to work those smaller details in a longer length of time, which again also has improved. Now, it's not perfect. I still get distracted. I still have to tell myself no YouTube, right? I actually noticed a huge thing that happens if I wake up in the morning and I go right to my phone. It's so hard to not do, right? But it triggers that whole dopamine search that I've been trying to suppress. My brain just trying to grab it's just snorting dopamine, it's just trying to find that fix. What works for me is throwing my phone somewhere where it's a pain in the ass to get. When I notice that I'm mindlessly scrolling, I'm like, oh my God, this is pulling my attention away. Not only is it doing that, it's messing with my dopamine level, so I'm going to be addicted even further and my days could potentially be ruined. I will throw my phone. I will physically throw my phone across the room so I don't have to look at it. And I do it in a way where it spins and it slides under my pillow or sheets, so I can't even look at it. I have to go to those extremes. That's what we have to do. We have to go to those extremes so we can focus on our work, focus on what we know is going to benefit our lives. Do what we got to do. So that's what I have to do. I have to physically throw my phone across the room so I can focus on the things I know are important. I can't do that every day though. Sometimes I forget. Sometimes I'm on my phone and it's too late. My brain's looking for that fix, and it takes me a while to come back. I'm able to, thankfully, because of Adderall, I'm able to come back, but it's still hard. I'd rather just keep that concentration and stick with it and do away with any distractions. Having that aspect of yourself that can self-reflect on what you need to do, and then just do those things, or find a way to do those things, right? Because the answer might not come right away. But that's my information I want to give you guys in a nutshell. That's the update. It has been, to conclude, it has been an absolute change in how my brain's wired, 100%. I've learned so much. My coding stamina has been able to increase. I used to do this mistake where, like, if I found something that I loved and I thought it was like the answer, I would tell everyone, hey, come on over. This is the answer, right? This is what you guys got to do. I'm a little reluctant on saying Adderall is the answer. It is my answer. It is up to you to figure out if it's yours. Yeah. All right, guys. Have a good one. I hope you guys find the answer.